Hi everyone. One of the trends that I've been seeing in your discussion posts for this week has to do with a little bit of anxiety or confusion regarding submitting your work in APA format, what that might mean, and how that relates to this writing class and the writing process. So I wanted to put together this video. I'll talk to you a little bit about what APA style is and how we use it. And then we'll go into what it means in terms of the physical structure, or literally how you type your paper. And then we'll start to talk a little bit about the APA citation system. Citations are little notes that you leave in your paper when you're borrowing an idea or a quotation from another text that, in a sense, leave a trail of breadcrumbs back to where that source came from. So those are the three parts of this video. It's not an exhaustive study, but it gives us a common starting point, and then I can collect and respond to more specific questions from there. So APA Styles Guide is the official formatting system of the American Psychological Association, which is the professional organization that guides psychologists. And it's become very popular in academic writing because it's a solid system that formats well, is relatively easy to use, and for all of you as human services majors, it's the citation system that best matches the fields that you'll be going into. What I have on my screen here is just the cover sheet. Every document that you submit, every formal writing assignment that you submit in this class or at Springfield College should have an APA formatted cover sheet. And what that does is that when your teacher or your professor, whoever that might be, opens up the paper, it has a real air of professionalism about it. And I don't think that there's ever anything wrong with sending a faculty member sort of a quick visual message that you're on the ball. So the components here, and I'll post this document on Brightspace so that you can get a look at it, but I'll talk you through kind of the important components. You're always going to have your page number in the upper right hand corner. You're then going to have the title. The title can be the assignment title. In this case, this week it was thesis machine assignment. If once you're getting into your own particular essays, we'll work on giving them catchier or more compelling titles. But you always want to have the title right here along the center of the page. The APA doesn't give us exact specifications for how many lines down it should be, but this whole heading, this whole label takes up about a third of the page, and so you go about a third of the way down, a third of the way up, and you're good to go. You then have your name, right? Your department, the course name that you're writing this for. So for our class, this class is housed in the Department of Literature, Writing, and Journalism at Springfield College. Our course is HUSB 233. The course name is Communication Skills. My name is Ann Wheeler, and then the date that you're submitting the assignment. So that's the cover page. That just makes your work look good. Once you jump into the actual project, I'm going to scroll down a little bit because we aren't going to be talking about abstracts just yet. You're once again going to have the title of your paper on the first page of the actual body of the essay, and that page number is going to carry through. That page number is really important to me because I'll often be talking about or referencing what you're doing in your work, and it's helpful for me to be able to direct you to a specific page number. And then that's the gist of what it looks like for what you need to know right now. APA papers have very specific sections, and we'll work up into those. But for now, just practice getting that cover sheet and that title on the page. I'm scrolling down. I figured I'd use this screen cap software because I could get something out to you significantly faster than if I tried to get a little fancier. So I hope you don't mind this scrolling too much. But here is the references page. The references page is an alphabetical list of every source that you've consulted in writing a paper. It's alphabetical by the author's last name. So you always have the author or the author's last name, the date, the title. There's a lot of specifics within how to type that title. You'll notice that only the first word before the colon and the first word after the colon are capitalized, everything else is in lowercase. The title of the book or the journal that it's from, and the document ID number. We'll get into this with more detail, but I just want you to start to recognize that when you're writing for college, anything you do where you cite an external source, you should get in the practice of doing a references page, and again, more detail on that later. The other really key component of APA citation for college level academic writing is going to be your in-text citation, and that's that trail of breadcrumbs that I was talking about. And so an in-text citation is anytime you quote, so directly repeat, paraphrase, put into your own words, or summarize, offer the overarching view of what something is about, a source, you need to have a citation that tells the reader, hey, this isn't my own idea. I got this from Armstrong, who wrote this in 1998 on page 1223. So all that an in-text citation is the quote, the paraphrase, or the summary, followed by a parenthesis, the author's last name, a comma, the year it was produced, a comma, and if you have it, a page number. You close the parenthesis, and then you end your sentence. So over the course of the semester, and we're not going to get this all done in the first week, but over the course of the semester, I want you to try and get into the habit of creating that APA style cover sheet, of titling your work, and of giving a page number. And when we start to do more research, we can talk more about how you locate this information necessary for the parenthetical citation, and how you go ahead and write those works cited entries. I've said this to some of you in one-on-one correspondence, but I mean it. APA is typing. It's how to type your work so that it looks nice and it has that professional edge that it's needed. It's not an evaluation of your intellectual ability, so don't let it trip you out. And once you've sat through this video, which is already 2 minutes longer than the experts recommend for a video, let me know what questions you have and the best way that I can answer them.